Survivor is back in Nicaragua, and the show is flipping the script.
This is a total format change for Survivor.
With redemption as the theme of the season.
Just know when you vote somebody out, they may come back.
16 new castaways are ready to throw down and compete for the title of sole survivor. But they'll have to face off against two major players from the past.
Here I am again, third time.
Let's face it, this is probably the last time.
You'll tour this incredible tribal council, plus get in on the action of the very first challenge. It's a Survivor like you've never seen before.
Survivor Redemption Island preview starts right now.
Survivor is returning to the Pacific coast of Nicaragua.
This area of Nicaragua is so beautiful that we didn't even begin to tap out the natural beauty of this place in the first season that we shot here. So the second season here is really just a bonus.
But this time, there's a twist that changes everything.
This is a total format change for Survivor. Typically on Survivor, when you're voted out, you're out. Not this season. This season, when you're voted out, you will leave Tribal Council and be taken to Redemption Island, which is an island, and you will live alone.
But only until the next Tribal Council.
And then another person will join you on Redemption and you will duel. You'll take part in a challenge. The winner stays and is still alive. The loser is out and goes home. And at a certain point, the person remaining on Redemption Island will get to come back into the game and continue their pursuit of the money. Just know when you vote somebody out, they may come back. We're also including hidden immunity idols because we just can't give them up. They're too good. They bring too much drama. We're gonna go back to what has worked before, which is riddles, written clues that will help you find the idol.
Immunity idols aren't the only familiar element returning this season. Two powerhouse players will be back. Boston Rob first competed in Marquesas almost 10 years ago, and he's been back twice since then. First, as the runner-up in the All-Star season, then as a villain who turned out to be more of a hero in Survivor Heroes vs. Villains. Bad Boy Russell gained notoriety when he tried to sabotage his own tribe mates in Samoa. Then he returned as the uber villain in Survivor Heroes vs. Villains.
I think the idea for this truly was born at the live show in Heroes vs. Villains, when Rob basically threw it down to Russell and said, I'll take you anytime, anywhere.
We had a superstar rivalry emerge organically over the course of that season, which had a nice little exclamation point at the final show.
The two familiar faces will play a huge role in the first episode.
This season for Redemption Island, we put everybody on a massive helicopter that seats 20. Then, after we got on the ground with the 16 survivors, we had another helicopter come in and bring Rob and Russell. And that energy was palpable. I think everybody felt it. The interesting thing was when they drew for buffs, the tribe that got Rob erupted. The other tribe was kind of nonplussed by it. Russell said to me as he was getting ready to walk over, why didn't I get a reaction? He still doesn't get it. He still thinks everybody loves him. If you look at the success rate, Russell's more successful than Rob. Russell has made it to the end every time. He's never been voted out. Rob could win Survivor. He could win it. These people would give it to him. Russell, good luck.
Jeff is gonna have a tough time with me. He calls me out, I'm gonna call him out.
Even with a diamond in his tooth and a new tattoo, fans can expect the same Russell.
Why should I come out here now and be the nice guy? If I did that, I would be voted off first. Because people would say, oh, something's up. They have to fear me. Play the social game, Russell. It's your Achilles heel. Play the social game. My social game is perfect. I have to win this time. This is the third time. I never came for the money. I've always came for the title of Sole Survivor. And I am gonna go to the merge with numbers and take them out one at a time and make it all the way to the end, like I always do.
The ultimate villain still plans to change the way the game is played.
I'm trying to make them vote the way they're supposed to vote, not for the popular person or the prettiest person. It's outwit, outlast, outplay, not out-socialize. It's a problem that needs to be fixed, and I'm here to fix it.
He's also here to settle an old score.
And then Rob not wanting to shake my hand.
Given the opportunity, I'd gladly go back and kick your ass all over the island.
You make it happen. You know, trying to disrespect me on national television like that, people don't do that to me.
I imagine that little hobbit's back. I'm gonna kick his ass all over the island. It's gonna be a game changer for Survivor. They're gonna see what I'm really made of. I am who I am, I haven't changed, and what you see is what you get, and it's been that way throughout the years. Yeah, I might have softened up a little bit, but at heart, I'm a competitor, and I think the fans appreciate that.
Rob had to leave his wife, Survivor All-Stars champ Amber, and his baby daughter behind for his 4th chance at the $1 million.
Like this has been like a huge peak that I've been trying to reach for almost a decade now. And let's face it, this is probably the last time. I'm obviously not the fastest anymore, I'm not the strongest, I'm definitely not the best in shape. But mentally, I think I've grown. And I've definitely learned a little bit more patience. Maybe not a lot, but a little bit. I can't go into there and say I'm gonna play under the radar. I mean, I'll try it for a day and a half, and then I won't be able to. I need to drive the bus. It's in my nature. I'm not a passenger, I'm the driver. I think just the biggest thing I can do to keep myself in the game is to let my teammates know that I'm gonna be an asset to them. And look, if you take me with you to the end, there's no way in hell anybody's gonna give me $1 million. But I promise you, when I get to the end, they'll give it to me.
26-year-old Stephanie could be Russell's biggest fan.
I would have voted for him. I would have. Just because there needs to be some kind of respect given to the man for being in the game and actually like, I'm gonna burn their socks or pour out their water.
But as the smallest player this season, she might already have a target on her back.
She's so tiny. What is she gonna do? I'm gonna step on her. I'm gonna break her. I'm tiny, but I'm like a little punch. So I can take a lot. I've never broken a bone in my body. I'll use my personality. Flirtatious has been one of the words to describe that. So if it is, that's fine with me. It's okay. So I laugh and giggle. It's because I thought you were funny. I'm not gonna be fake about it. If you're trying too hard to do something, they'll know. If I know, that would irritate me and I'd be like, okay, you should go home because you're fake. You know that you can trust yourself and when to be manipulative or when to bring out those certain characteristics in you, when to bring them out, then that's the best. That would work the best for me. There's bugs, there's animals, it's gonna be gross, it's gonna be sticky, but you have to be mentally prepared. You just gotta be ready for those things. Everything else is beautiful though.
Stephanie, if I'm right, will be first off. The best thing Russell has going is he's on a tribe with Stephanie. Because you can't get rid of Russell before you get rid of Stephanie.
Back home in Maine, I actually live on a farm, which nobody really believes about me. It's a family-run farm, and I help out on the farm, and I also own my own coffee business. So I'm kind of a chameleon.
Maine native Ashley played professional basketball and was in the Miss USA pageant, so she's used to competing.
I actually grew up just playing sports, and I was a basketball player and a tomboy, and somehow I made the transition to do the pageant. I just love challenges. There's not really a difference. It's weird between, basketball and pageants. Each has kind of like brought me to this point and just taught me determination, how to work hard and how to persevere. And I don't know if I'm going to mention the fact that I'm a pageant girl yet. I'm a nurse by education, and I want to kind of play the whole athlete tomboy card. When you say you're an athlete, I think, automatically means, okay, she knows how to work hard. So that's the card I'm gonna play. I don't want them to think, like the stereotype, like I'm a dumb bimbo pageant girl, that's just here for a few days to get a tan.
Ashley's problem in winning is gonna be that she's got enough bite to irritate people. She may need a female alliance to get her to the end, I don't know, but I like Ashley to stay for a while.
I'm just really excited to get the ball rolling, get the game going, and get down and dirty.
51-year-old Steve played in the NFL for 13 years, experiencing both glory and tough losses.
Myself and two other free agents made it out of 110 in the class of 1981 with the Cowboys. Gary Hogeboom, who was on one of the earlier seasons in Guatemala, was one of my teammates. I think with my life experiences and trials and tribulations of getting my ass kicked in front of 60,000 people and standing up and taking it like a man, I've been defeated plenty of times and rose bigger and stronger.
Steve has also had to endure an estranged relationship with his son.
I've got a 20-year-old son. He goes to school at West Virginia. We've haven't spoken about the last year. I'm not sure. He's kind of doing the college thing, and he's pulled away from Dad. But I'm there for him with open arms whenever he's ready to come back. I think I'm the oldest one here at 51, and so just going to plug away and stay agile. My license plates are never, never give up. It's just kind of my mantra, and that's what I tend to take here to Survivor. Every once in a while I can snap and get pretty ugly, and I've learned just to bite my lip and I'll take a walk down the beach.
I really like Steve. I hope Steve can get in with a few people. One of Russell's biggest problems is going to be Steve. I think Steve sees Russell as a threat, and it wouldn't surprise me if he tried to take him out right away.
Later in the show,
he will become one of the most iconic survivors we've ever had. You won't forget him.
we'll tell you which castaway will make a huge and lasting impression. But up next, we'll reveal the player who is sure to cause fireworks in the very first episode.
He's planning on making a very bold move very early.
That and much more is ahead when Survivor Redemption Island Preview returns.
Yes, I've seen all the seasons of Survivor, and then when I found out I was going to be on the show, I rewatched all of them. So I know my stuff.
21-year-old Andrea has the outdoor part of Survivor mastered. She was raised on a farm in Wisconsin.
I've been a member of the 4-H Club since I was little. I did a lot of the animal projects, so I took horses to the fair and pigs and steers. And then that's where I made my money for college, is by selling the pigs and steers at the auction. I have a good inkling that they're underestimating me. I think a lot of them probably see me as like, oh, blonde, cute, girl next door type. I think it'll definitely surprise people that I'm outdoorsy. Because, initially people's first impressions of me are not like, oh, she's shot 7 deer, but it kind of throws people for a loop. Fishing-wise, I'm sure that there might be some fishermen, but if not, I definitely would like to fill those shoes because I know a little bit about fishing.
Andrea is my hope to break the mold. There's a little hip-hop going on inside there, and I'm hoping that births itself out here and that she's really come to play.
And hopefully in the first couple of days they'll realize that, I'm gonna give it my all in challenges and they'll want to keep me around. I think just naturally I'm a flirty, friendly kind of person, and there's really only like 2 younger guys around my age. A lot of them are, a lot of the guys are much older, but I think if I just am my friendly, flirty self, it'll help.
22-year-old medical student Matt wasn't expecting to be on Survivor.
I'm a Christian, and I believe God put me on this show, just being clear out of the blue in less than a week, essentially. I'm kind of coming in hoping people are just going to view me as that goofy kid with a big grin on his face that's just so happy to be here, which, is very, very true. I'm not as big as most of the other guys, and so that'll play to my advantage because I think I'll be underestimated and then kind of throw some hair flips in there and some stupid comments, and they might think I don't have a thought running through my head. That's kind of what I'm going for here.
He's a smart young man, seems very principled, but has a kid-like enthusiasm.
I honestly have no clue what they're going to throw at us. It's going to be wild, though, I guarantee you that. I didn't come out here to get married. I came out here to win $1 million. But I must say there have been some very, very cute girls that I've had my eye on and trying to be smiling at and stuff. Almost everything's a social game. If someone doesn't like you, I don't care how good you are at challenges, you're going to get voted out. And I'm ready to do what it takes to go to the end.
A Redemption Island castaway who might remind viewers of a past winner is 25-year-old Krista, who resembles Survivor Samoa champ Natalie.
I think a lot of people may associate me with her. One, we may look somewhat alike. We're both Southern. She's from Arkansas. We both have the same job. I think our personalities are are quite different. She seems a little more reserved, like, you know, set back and not speaking up, and I may be a little more voiceful if I think things aren't going the way that they should.
Krista, who looks like Natalie, was the first person Russell went to and hugged. Who knows with Russell? But I'll be really curious to see if those two come together.
The pharmaceutical sales rep. I don't want people being intimidated by the fact that most people in sales kind of have a niche for relationships and reading people.
But this pharmaceutical sales rep from South Carolina might have trouble with the backstabbing aspect of the game.
Yeah, I'm going to try and stick to staying honest, staying true to alliances, but you know, if there comes a point when there has to be a blind side or you know, something out of the blue, then yeah, I'm probably going to go for it.
I'm the CEO of my own company. When I got out of the Army, I became a special agent with the Defense Department. I had an opportunity to work for a software company, which I did for 18 years. In 2008, when the economy suffered its biggest hit, it seemed like the right opportunity for me to start working for myself.
With his military and business background, 52-year-old Philip has accomplished a lot in life. But can those experiences help him in Nicaragua?
You've got to be somebody who's tough, mentally tough, likable, and have the ability to get out in nature and enjoy it. At the same time, have some empathy for some people that you know, to help them along their way and get back home to their loved ones as soon as they can. I've got a great Magic Johnson-like smile, especially when it's coming from within. It's not me just flashing it just like I just did. If I find something funny, people are disarmed, frankly, by it.
He's planning on making a very bold move very early. Philip has this idea that on day one, he's going to tell his group, listen, I used to work with special forces. I know how to get information out of people. And he thinks that's going to make him valuable.
The single father isn't too concerned about the other men. He feels his biggest threats are the women.
I really feel that the competition now is a couple of ladies here who, you know, got some beauty going on, but there's a lot going on upstairs and, you know, physically capable to do what they got to do.
One big threat in the game might just be Julie, the fire department engineer from California.
The environment at the fire station is going to help me a lot because being the only woman and dealing with all these guys, I think that's going to be to my advantage. Women, we're catty, you know. I'm the first one to admit, but yeah, I get along well with the guys and probably going to have a tougher time with the women. I have a lot of experience, more experience than anybody on my crew, except for the captain. So yeah, they look up to me for advice and I give it to them. I'm known to be very outspoken at work and I say my piece, and I'm gonna have to bite my tongue here as Survivor, and it's gonna be tough for me. I hope I can do it. And I definitely don't want to be a leader here because I know that I've seen that hurts people. Oh, we're gonna take advice from the old wise woman.
Julie has such a great energy from inside that she looks a lot younger than she actually is. And I think that will work to her advantage.
And though the 50-year-old keeps fit by racing outrigger canoes, she considers one part of camp life a disadvantage: making fire.
I mean, I haven't gone home and practiced it. I can put fires out real well.
Straight ahead.
They're almost like their own government that can come in on Survivor and take over.
We'll tell you who is even more powerful than Jeff Probst when it comes to the game. Plus, it's your first look at the most frightening tribal council to date.
When it gets really dark, just start crying for help.
Survivor Redemption Island preview. We'll be right back.
Welcome to the Tribal Council for Survivor Redemption Island. So this is the area that the contestants will sit, and behind me you can see a couple of things going on. The statues and actually almost everything at Tribal Council is based on the idea that it was formed from volcanic ash or carved from volcanic ash. That's why it has this gray, dusty look. And one of the best things about making this Tribal Council is a few of the lucky art department guys got to take beautiful pots, which at one point were actually not broken, and either take a hammer and ding it. In a couple of cases, they just drop them. The whole idea is to create an environment that looks like it's been here for a long time, has been through some storms and some bad weather. And as always, I think we've done an excellent job. The snuffer this year, take a look at this, Jaguar. Take a look at that face. Take a look at that baby. Because what's cool about it is you're the camera doing the snuff. When I do the snuff like that, you're looking right at it. And it's lethal. Thank you, Dax. Beautiful piece of art, doubling as a snuffer. This is the walk from Tribal Council to the voting confessional, and I like the walk because it emphasizes the separation of what's going to happen. Because right now, what will happen here is something very private and will probably knock somebody out of their shot at $1 million, but the survivors are just over their shoulder sitting back there. Now to the vote. I get to do this every time TV Guide comes here, and I love it because I voted a lot of people off over the years. But I thought maybe it was time, after 22 seasons, to do something I've never done before. I'm going to vote out, and I love all of you guys, I do. Some of you not as much, but I have love for all of you, and I know all of you have a little bit of love for me, at least a little. I'm voting out all the survivors. I'm sorry. All right, well, that concludes the tour for Tribal Council of Survivor Redemption Island. And it is my pleasure to say, not only to TV Guide, but to all the former survivors, it is time for you to go. Turn your camera. We've done this many times, like that. And just keep walking. Follow that right out there. And when it gets really dark, just start crying for help.
If you're still crying for help, there's only one place for you to go: Survivor's Medical Department.
Hi, I'm Dr. Ramona. I'm the Medical Director for Survivor. The medical team for Survivor, we all come from Australia. I bring a couple of doctors, some paramedics and a couple of nurses. And we basically run a clinic that runs from morning till late at night.
And it's a nice, comforting thing to know these guys are here. If you watch Survivor Samoa, we had an incident in which we almost lost a survivor. I mean, Russell almost died that season. And if it wasn't for our medical team, he might have.
Survivor's medical team is prepared for anything, from common colds to serious medical emergencies.
If a contestant, if something happens there, we'll stabilize them on the beach where they are or in the jungle, and then we've got a helicopter on standby and we'll put them in the helicopter and fly them to a hospital. We've also got very dangerous snakes in Nicaragua, so we have to stock things like anti-venom, and we have to clue in the crew and the contestants on how to deal with snake bites and scorpion bites and different insect bites as well. This job, working as a medical team on Survivor and being the doctor on Survivor, is one of the best jobs in the world, I think, because you get to use your experience in the emergency departments or in remote and rural conditions that we've worked with before, and get to be in beautiful locations.
Still to come.
I'm a villain, and I can live with that. That's exactly what kind of game I'm going to be playing.
Meet the Black Widow who just might beat Russell at his bad behavior. Plus, we've got the contestant with the highest IQ in 22 seasons of the show. But is that enough to win the game? It's all ahead when Survivor Redemption Island Preview returns here on TV Guide Network. "46-year-old law student Christina is not worried about how she'll be portrayed on the show.
If the producers decide to edit me and it turns out that I am put into the villain spot, that would be very smart of them to do, because that's exactly what kind of game I'm going to be playing. If that makes me a villain because I want to play outwit, outplay, outlast, which for me encompasses like the whole gamut, then you know what? I'm a villain. I really am, and I can live with that.
But this mother of 2 young boys has a non-villainous reason to be sole survivor.
I pretty much guarantee you that of anyone here, this recession has hit us really hard. We lost our house. I want to buy a house so that my kids can grow up and go to a nice school. Like, that's all I want. This is their home we're dealing with. So I have a really big motivation.
I like Christina because she's lived enough life to know that she wants a new life. I'm guessing Christina's going to play to win.
No, start off slow. Pace yourself, you know, and then the end. So.
Christina doesn't intend on letting her tribe know she's a third-year law school student.
I absolutely will not tell them I'm in law school. I do not want them to think that I study logic or the art of argument, or that I'm that I have any intelligence whatsoever. We're starting off with the lies. No, right from the get-go.
If Christina ends up the villain of the season, 31-year-old former Marine Mike might just take on the hero role.
I went and joined the Marine Corps, did 5 years, got out as a captain. My time in included 2 deployments to Iraq. I think if I told everybody I'm a Naval Academy graduate, Iraqi freedom veteran, former Marine Corps captain, yada, 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 I think it could play against me. They might see me as a potentially strong player. They're like, this guy's got to go. I think as far as sharing information with my tribe, it's going to be a need-to-know basis.
Mike came to play, and I could see Mike winning this game. He's likable enough that if he gets to the end, yeah, I'd give him the money.
With my background, the tribe might look to me as a leader, and I don't mind being a leader, but I don't want to be the leader with the target on his back, you know? I got to turn that off. I can't be, this is not the military, this is not the Marine Corps, it's not yes sir, no sir. So I think that's probably my biggest weakness. I recently got into a serious relationship. However, if I need to charm and I need to flirt to get what I want in the show, to work my situation better for myself, I'll do it. I don't mind doing it. It is a game.
Professional dancer Natalie is also fond of the flirting strategy.
If flirting is something that needs to happen, it's going to happen, and I think that it could help me. Dancing, it's tough. It's tough to be in a world where people are constantly judging you. You become strong, and so I think that should help me in the game.
As the youngest player at 19, Natalie isn't sure if her age will be an asset or not.
It could either help me or it could hurt me. I'm pretty mature. I don't really consider myself a 19-year-old. Like, in the inside, I feel more like I'm like 25. So hopefully they don't judge me right off the bat. I think at first glance, people will think that I'm very innocent. I am Italian, so I have a little Italian blood in me, and I can get angry and aggressive, but we'll just have to see.
I have a feeling Natalie's going to fade early, but I'm hoping that I'm wrong and she's right, and she's got a lot more inside her.
In comparing me to other people, I think I'm going to be pegged as a strategist. It's clear that I wasn't brought into the game as a comparatively superior physical player. I can hold my own, I'm sure, but I'm not 6'5" and 250.
Criminal defense attorney David isn't sure how much information he wants to share with his tribe.
I don't plan on lying about my profession. There definitely is a stigma associated with it. I don't think I can avoid the fact that I'm an attorney, though. If I was to tell somebody that I was a professional bowler, I don't think they'd buy it, so I'm going to have to own it, I think. You see people get a little overly confident, and I think that's going to be my biggest problem is I'm not overly confident, but I come across that way. I'm going to do a lot of listening at the beginning. Let people, set their own traps and not try and voice my opinion unless it's truly necessary or, it's solicited. Between reading The Art of War and How to Win Friends and Influence People, I think the combination of the two provides a very good strategy.
He's the smartest survivor we've ever had, the highest IQ of anyone we've ever tested. But socially, right now, he's an outcast.
While we expect the contestants to bring on the drama, Survivor's art department creates an incredible world for the players and the viewers.
I love our production designers and our art department guys. They dig very deep to come up with design motifs for every season. For this season, they concentrated on sort of a pre-Columbian, Mesoamerican, Central American design motif.
Well, this season we've kind of gone for more the ancient local style. We're doing a lot of this kind of stone carvings they've found in the local islands around here and the volcanic islands in the lake. And it's kind of this alter ego where they've got the crocodile head over the human body, and we've done a lot of that kind of thing. They're kind of supposed to be like the alter egos, like the Indians that dress their faces up like different animals. They have this kind of carvings with the animal on their back, and they're supposed to take the mantle of that animal. So we've given both tribes a motif each, I suppose, and one's the crocodile and one's the eagle.
The location provides plenty of artistic inspiration, plus lots of help from the locals.
Things like the pots and the stone carvings, we buy them locally or have them made locally. Like, we design these pots and just get them to paint them up for us to match what we need. There's a lot of really skilled local people, and it's really fun working with them. Wish I spoke more Spanish because that'd be a lot handier and it would be easier to communicate. But it's been good, like just this kind of raw base. You don't see any of this stuff many places in the world. It's cool.
This season presented a new challenge for the art department with an all-new gladiator-style arena on Redemption Island.
It's got 2 big sides and they kind of walk up through a big entryway, and it's all stone and there's a big sand kind of gladiator arena in the middle where they do their challenges. It's all dressed out in like the local pre-Columbian style theming.
So it's this little area where they will duel, and at a certain point we might even have the tribe come in and watch them, you know, have a little audience. So I'm excited. Every time I walk into Redemption Island Arena, I get a little bit like I want a shield and I want a sword and I want somebody to come after me.
Coming up,
trouble in the best way.
We'll introduce the rest of the castaways, including the one Jeff Probst considers dangerous. There's more Survivor Redemption Island preview after the break. This next contestant is one of a kind.
I'm fairly good at anything. I'm a jack of all trades.
Ralph, a 45-year-old farmer from Virginia, calls himself an outdoor mountain man.
I hunt in the winter months, and then in the spring, you know, when season's in, I kill and give to other people. Some of it I will keep, and some of it I won't. But I don't waste it. Down in this area, I don't know exactly what to find to eat. The old saying is, if you hold it down 9 seconds and stop throwing up, it's all right, eat it.
You can't understand anything Ralph says. Not a word. He said, I don't build one house and build a little thing, we'll tear it up and
The Survivor fan has 2 adult daughters, but his family had no idea he'd be on the show.
Well, me and my wife was separated, and well, the kids had done grown up and they're on their way. They was vacating when I got the call to come here. I didn't call and tell them. I ain't never been to a gym. I don't know nothing about lifting weights. I mean, it's been 20-some years since I've done a push-up.
Ralph will be keeping one big secret from his tribe. He's completely debt-free.
They ain't gonna know that. You know what I mean? I'm gonna let them like them debt bad and they're getting ready to take my house.
And if Ralph lasts long enough, he will become one of the most iconic survivors we've ever had. You won't forget him.
I left indoor plumbing. I left, you know, meals at regular intervals. I'm voluntarily wearing a bikini on national television. Like, I'm not doing this for fun.
Francesca quit her job in Washington, D.C. to be part of Survivor.
I was working at the Department of Agriculture. I'm a lawyer, and I was adjudicating employment discrimination claims. In this game, I do not plan on telling anyone that I'm a lawyer. I have to watch out for being bossy, because I am. I can be a bit of a know-it-all, so I have to just, you know, just things like that, because nobody wants like some bossy know-it-all telling them what to do. So I have to just make sure that I'm not that person.
The 36-year-old knows where her strength lies in the challenges.
I love when they have like word scramble kind of challenges, because I'm a total word dork. Like playing Scrabble is what I do for fun. It's kind of embarrassing.
She has got a lippy mouth. She already had nicknames for all these guys, even before they'd spoken.
The Silver Fox. How about Pigeon Hollow? Let's see, Cougar Town. Oh, they're the Ashleys. How could I forget about the Ashleys? There's Hipster Mountain.
I am a yoga instructor back in LA. I played in the NFL for about 4.5 years. So I won't be sharing that information though.
If Grant has merged those 2 worlds, lethal. The guy could be lethal.
29-year-old Grant figures his unique look will help him in the game.
He must be that yoga kind of hug a tree kind of guy, which is not a bad thing, don't get me wrong. I mean, it might knock down a few doors and let people open up and be their true selves. You know, I'm a very open person, and it's, you know, it disengages a lot of people from their, you know, guards that they have to put up. Your mind can play tricks on you if you're not grounded and if you're not, you know, not quite sure of who you are as a person, right? I'm excited about it. I'm excited about it for sure.
To be able to like have this moment in your life where you're playing a game, it's fascinating to me.
Like Grant, Sarita wants to make a positive impression with her tribe.
I just do want to carry myself with grace, and no matter what, no matter how gnarly it gets, it's like it is a finite amount of time. And so I do want to be able to enjoy myself. I feel like there is a lot of good energy. I feel like there are a lot of really cool people who are you can tell like at the top of their game, whatever that game is in life. I'm not really squeamish about many things. and I'm super resourceful. When I was a baby, my mom and dad were kind of back to the landers. They had this idea of kind of going out of society and creating a utopia living off of the land. Up until I was 16, the outhouse was the only working toilet. You get people on for a few days and they're like, oh, it's raining and it's raining, and it's like, yeah, you're outside.
The 36-year-old knows Survivor isn't all fun and games.
There will be a time when I may have to cut someone, and I have to be ready for that. This is for $1 million. Like, this is life-changing, you know. I can't be all, you know, strawberry shortcake.
She knows how to use those eyes and get into you, but there's something going on behind those eyes. That girl is trouble in the best way. And if she uses her looks and her charm along with her wit and her savvy, she'd be a very interesting winner.
Straight ahead. Only TV Guide Network can bring you this exclusive first look as the tribes construct an ancient temple for a challenge you'll see this season. Survivor Redemption Island preview will be back after the break. Now it's time to take your exclusive sneak peek of the first challenge on Survivor Redemption Island.
This first immunity challenge took about 5 weeks to build. The first stake went in about 5 weeks ago, and the last bit of paint went on moments before we started.
Once the paint dried, it was time to test the challenge with production members on the Survivor staff dubbed the Dream Team.
Here we go! Survivor Dream! This first challenge is called Push Shit Uphill. Tribes race to build an ancient temple. They start by pushing 4 huge blocks, very heavy blocks. Once they get the 4 blocks up against the temple, they then race up the stairs of those blocks, where one person will then use an axe to chop a series of 9 ropes. Kind of Temple of Doom style, a set of stairs just drop out of the wall and appear like Venetian blinds. And then the tribe races to the top, where there's a really tough, really heavy block puzzle to complete the temple. The first tribe to finish wins.
The Dream Team completes the course in good time, but when you're dealing with Survivor contestants, it's hard to predict how successful a challenge will be.
They are a group of young, fit, healthy, smart people who are racing, and sometimes they can just do it so much faster than people who are suffering on a beach. Sometimes they just don't have the motivation of the $1 million of being on television, so sometimes they do it slower than the contestants do, so you never really know.
Only TV Guide Network was on location to bring you this exclusive preview of Survivor Redemption Island's very first challenge. We can't show you who wins, but we can tell you that being voted off this season doesn't necessarily mean you'll be going home. In keeping with the theme of Redemption Island, Survivor will have a Redemption Challenge. That's all for Survivor Redemption Island Preview. Be sure to tune in Wednesdays at 8 to find out who has the best shot at redemption and the $1 million prize. For more about Survivor, log on to tvguide.com.